Let's face a harsh truth. If your company suddenly announced layoffs tomorrow, are you truly ready? The fear of being made redundant, losing your job without warning, or facing economic instability has become a constant shadow for the younger generations. But fortunately, a new survival strategy is on the rise: career cushioning. The trend of building a professional safety net that millions are quietly preparing. This isn't just a buzzword, it's an intelligent defense mechanism. A recent study reveals a staggering statistic: 77% of Gen Z employees are actively looking for new job opportunities, nearly double the rate of other generations. This means the majority of young professionals are ready to deploy their parachutes at a moment's notice. So how exactly are Gen Z and millennials cushioning their careers to avoid a free fall in a volatile job market? And more importantly, how can you start building your own cushion today? Don't leave your professional future to chance. Subscribe to GenShift now as we decode this survival strategy and help you build your own career life raft. One, definition of career cushioning: the safety cushion for your career. So what exactly is career cushioning? At its core, career cushioning is the practice of proactively preparing for potential job loss or career changes by building a safety net while you're still employed. Think of it as an insurance policy for your professional life. It's not about actively trying to leave your current role, but rather being prepared and aware of your options should the unexpected happen. The actions can range from passively monitoring job boards and updating your LinkedIn profile to actively upskilling, expanding your network, or even starting a side hustle. The term itself is fascinatingly borrowed from the world of dating, where cushioning means keeping potential romantic partners in reserve in case a current relationship ends. Its migration into the professional lexicon became prominent around late 2022, a period marked by widespread tech layoffs and fears of a global recession in the post-pandemic world. This timing is no coincidence. It reflects a collective psychological response to an era of unprecedented volatility. While some critics might dismiss it as a new buzzword for the age-old practice of keeping an eye out for better opportunities, its modern form is fundamentally different. It's driven by a unique cocktail of economic anxiety and generational mindset shifts. For Gen Z and millennials who came of age in the shadow of the 2008 financial crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic, the promise of a stable, lifelong job with one company is no longer a realistic expectation, but a vintage myth. This has triggered a profound change in the psychological contract between employee and employer. The focus has shifted from external stability, which is seen as unreliable, to internal autonomy, the power to control one's own career destiny. Yeah! Career cushioning is the ultimate expression of this new self-reliance. 2. Statistics and popularity. Gen Z and millennials ready to jump ship. The numbers behind career cushioning paint a vivid picture of a workforce in flux. A poll by the recruitment firm Robert Walters found that a staggering 68% of white-collar professionals are actively taking cushioning measures. The primary drivers are not just vague economic fears, but deeply personal feelings of dissatisfaction and insecurity. The same poll revealed that low job satisfaction was the main reason for 48% of cushioners, while 28% cited a lack of job security. This feeling of unease is amplified by persistent financial anxiety. Deloitte's 2025 Global Gen Z and Millennials Survey delivered a sobering statistic: nearly half of Gen Z, 48%, and Millennials, 46%, report feeling financially insecure, a sharp increase from previous years. Over half of both generations are living paycheck to paycheck. This constant financial pressure, fueled by the rising cost of living and student debt, transforms career cushioning from a nice-to-have strategy into a must-have survival tactic. When you're worried about making rent, the idea of a single point of failure, your one and only job, becomes terrifying. This psychological backdrop explains why younger generations are redefining their relationship with work. Their disengagement is a quiet rebellion. Gallup's research shows that employee engagement in the U.S. has plummeted to a 10-year low, with the most dramatic decline seen among workers under 35. Only 29% of millennials report feeling engaged at work. This detachment isn't laziness, it's a strategic reallocation of energy. Why invest 110% 10% in an organization that might discard you tomorrow when you could invest that extra 10% in yourself. This mindset is precisely why Deloitte found that only 6% of Gen Z and millennials list reaching a senior leadership position as their primary career goal, placing far more value on work-life balance and continuous learning. They are no longer playing the traditional corporate game. They are creating their own. 3. Storytelling. Example a day in the life of a career cushioner. To understand what career cushioning looks like in the real world, let's follow a day in the life of Alex, a composite character representing a typical young professional. By day, Alex is a dedicated marketing specialist at a mid-sized company. They are a good employee, meeting deadlines, contributing valuable ideas in team meetings, and maintaining a positive relationship with their manager. They understand that their current job is a crucial platform for gaining experience and building a solid reputation. But when the clock hits 5 p.m., Alex's second silent workday begins. Tonight from 7 to 8 p.m., Alex is logged into an online course for a Google Analytics certification. They know that data analytics skills are in high demand and will make their resume more attractive, whether for a promotion or a new role elsewhere. After the course, they spend about 15 minutes on LinkedIn, not aimlessly scrolling, but strategically. They share an interesting industry article, comment thoughtfully on a post from a connection at a target company, and accept a request from a recruiter. On weekends, Alex dedicates a few hours to a side hustle, a small print-on-demand t-shirt store on Etsy. It started as a creative outlet, but it now generates a modest but growing stream of side income. More importantly, it's teaching them about e-commerce, digital marketing, and customer service, building an entrepreneurial skill set from the ground up. Alex isn't actively trying to leave their job. They haven't rage applied to dozens of openings. Instead, each of these actions, the certification, the networking, the side hustle, is a plank in their career life raft. They are building a portfolio of skills, connections, and income streams. If the corporate ship they're on hits an iceberg, Alex won't go down with it. They will have a way to float and perhaps even sail to a new shore. This story reflects the fundamental shift from living to work for a company to working to build a career for oneself. Do you have a cushion for your career? Share your workplace survival tips in the comments below. What new skills, certifications, or side projects are making you feel more secure? We want to hear your unique strategies. 4. Pros and cons. 2 sides of career cushioning. Like any strategy, career cushioning is a double-edged sword, offering significant benefits but also carrying potential risks for both employees and employers. For the individual, the primary benefit is a profound sense of empowerment. In a world of economic uncertainty, cushioning provides a feeling of control, which can significantly reduce work-related anxiety. It creates a financial buffer either through a side income or the ability to transition to a new job, quickly lessening the devastating impact of a sudden layoff. This proactive approach also drives continuous skill development, making the individual more adaptable and valuable in the long run. This enhanced marketability translates directly into improved negotiation power for raises and promotions. However, the path of the cushioner is not without its perils. The most significant risk is burnout. Juggling a full-time job with night courses, networking, and a side hustle can be exhausting and unsustainable. This can lead to the second major risk, a loss of focus on the current role. If cushioning activities consume too much mental and physical energy, performance at the primary job can suffer, potentially damaging one's professional reputation and relationships at work. Furthermore, while the stigma is fading, a resume that looks like a series of short-term hops can still be a red flag for more traditional hiring managers who might view it as a lack of commitment. For employers, the view is equally complex. On one hand, career cushioning can yield an unexpected dividend. Employees who are upskilling bring those enhanced capabilities like data analytics or AI literacy back to their current roles, benefiting the company at no direct cost. These employees with their broader networks and experiences can also be sources of fresh ideas and innovation. On the other hand, the obvious threat is a disengaged workforce with one foot out the door. This can lead to decreased productivity, a breakdown in team trust, and ultimately higher turnover rates as employees find and seize better external opportunities. This forces us to ask a crucial ethical question in an age of at-will employment and mass layoffs. Is it disloyal for an employee to prepare for the worst, or is it a perfectly rational response to a broken social contract where the promise of long-term security from employers has all but vanished? 5. Advice for balance and future orientation: how to cushion healthily. Given the dual nature of career cushioning, the key is to practice it in a way that is healthy and strategic, not frantic and destructive. For individuals, healthy cushioning starts with mindset. It should be driven by curiosity and growth, not just fear. Align your upskilling efforts and side projects with your genuine interests and long-term values. This makes the process intrinsically motivating and far less likely to cause burnout. Break down your goals into small, manageable steps to avoid feeling overwhelmed. For instance, instead of trying to do everything at once, dedicate a few hours a week to a specific activity like an online course or networking. Crucially, integrate your efforts with your current role whenever possible. Frame your desire to learn a new skill as something that will benefit your team, and discuss development opportunities with your manager. This transforms a secretive act into a collaborative one. And above all, protect your well-being. Set firm boundaries to ensure your cushioning activities don't cannibalize your personal time, sleep, or mental health. For businesses and managers, the first step is acceptance. Recognize that career cushioning is a logical adaptation to the modern economy. Instead of fighting it, lean into it. The best defense is a good offense. Create an internal marketplace of opportunities that is more compelling than the external one. This means investing heavily in employee development, offering robust training programs, and providing clear, visible pathways for internal mobility, including lateral moves and short-term project assignments. Be transparent about business performance and challenges to reduce anxiety. This shifts the manager's role from a simple supervisor to a career coach, having open conversations about an employee's aspirations. This reality is reshaping the future of work. The concept of lifelong loyalty to one company is being replaced by a more transactional, symbiotic relationship. We are seeing the rise of portfolio careers, where a professional's identity is a mosaic of projects and skills, not a single job title. This will continue to fuel the growth of the gig economy, creating a more fluid and agile talent market. In this new world, your security doesn't come from your employer. It comes from your own adaptability, your network, and your ever-evolving skill set. Conclusion. Ultimately, career cushioning is not a sign of disloyalty. It is a smart, rational survival strategy in a world of work defined by volatility. It reflects a profound power shift in the mindset of Gen Z and millennials, from passively waiting for a company to grant them stability to actively architecting their own security and opportunity. Embracing this trend in a healthy, balanced way doesn't just make you the individual more resilient. It also pushes companies to become better, to constantly improve their culture benefits and growth opportunities to attract and retain the best talent. This is the future of work, a dynamic, ever-evolving ecosystem where you are the CEO of your own career and you always have a plan B. Have you built a cushion for your career? Share your workplace survival tips in the comments. What new skill certificate or side project is helping you stand stronger? If you found this video insightful, please hit like and subscribe to GenShift. Don't miss our next deep dive into the forces shaping our professional lives.